Okay, hi guys. We're back again. I'm, of course, Adam.
Hey, Mama Amanda. Down here, she's sleeping.
So if you hear snoring sounds, it is the dog.
That's our big puppy.
So, anyways, I kind of wanted to make this video. Well, Amanda told me I should make this video. It's about like some of the obstacles that you face as a trans person, and one of them, of course, is coming out to people. And doing that whole long process. And the second part of it is dealing sort of with I don't know what you would call it, but well, basically what happened today is th- currently this week I had gotten my name tag changed over to say Adam. It had said the preferred name that I was going to go by, but people kept saying the name Karen instead of Kieran. Um, so I decided to go with Adam. You can't mess that up. Um, anyways,
You wouldn't believe. People can.
but not thus far. Anyways, so I was going by Adam, and then came the not real issue to me because I guess it's starting to feel more natural to me to use the men's room. But it's kind of a discussion that you need to, I guess, have with your employer, just so that there's an understanding. And I was talking to my direct supervisor, and I had told them, I was just like, um, what does the store have a policy on transgender people and what the protocol is for that and stuff? And she said, no, why? And I was just like, because I would like to use the bathroom. She's like, you want to use the men's room? I was just like, yes, I would like to use the men's room. Because I am a man and my name tag says Adam. So, anyways, that and coming out to people, it's just like taking several big steps, and I was ready to take that really big step, and I really wanted to use the bathroom. So, not
Yeah.
just because it was the men's room, but because I really had to pee.
He had apparently been holding his bladder for the last 3 days.
Yeah.
While he was at work, which are 4 or 5 hour shifts depending on how this place of employment decides to schedule him. But yeah. So I was just like, you're gonna give yourself a urinary tract infection. I would know. I'm in nursing school. So don't make me hit you.
He's hurt himself.
Shut up.
Anyways, so I talked to her because I realized this couldn't go on forever, especially if I started getting longer and longer shifts, or if I wanted to drink ever again before my shift. No. Anyways, so then she went on to say that that they had those types of people at the warehouse, and the conclusion that they came to is that the parts that you are born with, the parts that you currently have, the parts, is the bathroom in which you will use and that you're supposed to use. I was just like, but I want to use the men's room, and she's she's just she's just like she went on to, in a joking way, go on to talk about how she's just like, what, so you want to pee standing up? I'll try that this weekend, and then she goes to like squats and pee standing up. She's like, I'll let you know how that goes. And I try to laugh it off because it was one of those awkward moments where I didn't know what to do. And so she's just like, well, with whatever parts you have, that's the restroom that you have to have, that you have to use. And it's just kind of like, well, my name tag says Adam. pretty soon I'm going to be going through hormone therapy, hopefully, and that just all together is going to be very uncomfortable for me and sort of in a way, not mentally damaging, but taking
Oh,
several steps back.
it's just kind of like if a guy walks into a girl's restroom wearing a name tag that says Adam and has facial hair and has a deep voice, you're going to assume that this is either one, a pervert who came into the girl's restroom, or two, it's a crazy person, or three, it's a transgender person if they are knowledge knowledge had in this area. But even then, that's just like, oh my god, there's a man in girls' restroom, and they're gonna freak out a little bit. Then it's gonna turn on Adam and it's gonna make him really, really, really uncomfortable.
Not only that, I'm going to like freak out a little bit. And then the place that I work, the people are very adolescently minded, um, a lot. And so it would spread like wildfire, like, oh, is it a boy, is it a girl? And I don't want to be called it. It's not one of my favorite things. But, so between that and then another incident another associate, with another associate that I work with, she, um, I had, explained why there was a change of name and, pronouns and whatnot. And she said, well, is it official? Just like, what do you mean? And she said, like, is it on your birth certificate? Is it on papers? Da 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 da. I was just like, well, no, not yet. There's a process for that. And she's like, well, then you're not really a man. It's not official. So basically, she was refusing to call me Adam, which I have no problem with people not calling me Adam because what I've learned is through going through transition, you have to have a certain amount of understanding and be willing to meet people where they are. And I just felt that for someone to say that, I guess it was kind of like putting salt in a wound that was already there by someone. Um, and this made me angry, very angry.
I wanted to cut a hoe. Like, cut her physically and hurt her. Well, in my mind. Because if I say that, that's bad. So I'm not gonna say that. That's bad karma. I don't want bad karma.
No, not bad karma for us.
I want her to have bad karma because she doesn't respect people enough to even kind of budge a little bit. Like, that's just rude. You don't say that to somebody. Like, you don't say, oh, you're not a man if it doesn't say Adam or male on your ID card or birth certificate. That's not what matters. Like, that's that's ignorance, and it makes me mad, but it's ignorance at the same time. So you can't be mad at these people because they don't know.
Well, it's not that they don't know; they're not willing to be educated. As I've stressed in prior videos, ask questions, ask away. You can ask the most personal questions. I'd rather you ask me and I address them because it's probably the same question that someone else wants to ask.
Mm-hmm.
I've had to ask some very interesting questions to say the least. But I have no problem doing so because I'd rather you ask me, get the right information, and if I don't know myself, I will do my homework, check my resources, and get back to you on that. But you know, I've learned that people have to be a bit uncomfortable in order to change. Because if they're comfortable, then they're not going to change. You know, I guess I just wish that people be willing to give a little bit and be willing to understand. I guess how hard this is to do. As much as it's an amazing feeling to finally be yourself and be true to who you are, it's also very hard because, between the physical things, yes, I do want the surgeries and I do want the facial hair and everything. I'm gonna have to take shots for the rest of my life. I'm gonna have scars on my body for the rest of practicing forever. Um, so it has its trade-offs. It's gonna be very painful, time-consuming, and downright expensive. So, um,
Like, no one in their right mind would choose this if they didn't have to.
I mean, I feel that there aren't mistakes that are made, but at the same time, um, at the same time, I there are days that I wish that you know sometimes I had just been born into that kind of. But I tried explaining this to that associate as well as another associate, and they just wouldn't hear it. So, anyway, just kind of felt that that was important to share. You know, the stress that's going on.
If you have any personal stories of your own, or if you have any other questions, or anything of that nature, anything you want to share, just comment below or, ask away. There's really no wrong question. Like Adam said, it's better that you ask us, get the correct information, than you just kind of assume something that may be wrong, and then you have someone irritated at you, or you hurt someone's feelings, or something like that. So just don't be afraid to ask any questions.
And I think in our next video we're gonna address some questions that we have gotten thus far. Like personally, we're of course not going to disclose who asked us, but you know. All right. Well, thank you for watching.